Okay, to start your final project, what you're going to do is you are going to print off a picture. So I printed this picture of this puppy. I made it very large. As you can see, there's not a lot of extra paper. If you can change the header to the bare minimum. That way you'd have a lot of space. You're going to do this large thing. I don't care what you pick, but try to get it as large as you can. If it goes up the paper, like on this side, that's fine. You're going to get the drawing that you want, some sort of animal, and you're going to trace it. As you can see, I've traced this one, but you're going to use a pen. This time you have to use a pen, and you're going to just trace the outside edge. Okay, and I got to be careful because I've already traced mine enough that it would go through. Try not to get it, once it starts poking through, you've pressed too hard and you might need to run another copy. But what you're doing, and you're not going to be able to see it here, but you're creating a very slight indentation on the paper below. Okay, so I'm going to trace it maybe once here, then I would move over and I would trace it here, maybe at a slight angle, maybe I trace it sideways. You need to trace it at least 3 to 4 times. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to have it traced, and we are using a little bit bigger paper. You're going to trace it, and as you can see, they're going to overlap. Once you've got the overlap done, ignore this for the second, then you're going to take a pencil and you're going to find those indentation lines that you created. Once you find the indentation lines, excuse me, you're going to then kind of break it up and make it into a jigsaw puzzle. And every time you cross a line, you change colors. Now, obviously, I kept going with these 2 colors because I didn't have a closed off area. The ears didn't go all the way up, so this area kind of kept going. But I do want that gradation. Cubism has gradation in every single box. The eyes are going to be tricky, but I haven't got to mine yet. And what I was doing here is, so you want to make sure colors are changed every time. You could use the same 3 to 4 colors for the whole project, which might make it interesting. But here, as you can see, I have 3 dogs. So one's here, and one was slightly turned at an angle. And then I want you to break up the outside space. It might be hard to see here, but there's boxes. Once I had the dogs done, I broke up the outside edge of the paper. Okay, so the whole paper is broke up. So even when it comes to my outside border, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my gradation. Again, by now you should have tested which way you like best. Do you like using the oil pastels to blend the colors? Do you like the Q-tip with the baby oil? You have to kind of decide how you're going to like this, how you want the gradation, how much of the gradation. Do you want it to be lighter, darker? And you could do a combination. Maybe like this one, I'm using kind of the oil pastel to start the process, but maybe I'm going to go back in with the Q-tip to kind of finish it off and take it a little farther. Okay? And so maybe I decide I want this lighter. I'm going to keep going. But I got to do the background too, the whole paper. There should not be any white unless it's white pastel.